Okay, we're coming in on the home stretch of our model, and we really only have to do the finishing touches now on our Edmund Fitzgerald. The last thing we got to do, well, we got to do two things. We got to put the name, the location and the markings on the ship, and we're going to give it a final coat of flat. We're going to clear coat everything. That'll lock in the decals. So when it came to the decals, what I had to do, obviously I couldn't find Edmund Fitzgerald in 1/400 scale, so what I did was I actually got some decals that were in 1/400 scale. There are numbers on the bottom and there are letters on the top. Now I had to get white ones only because, let me swing her around, her stern has Edmund Fitzgerald and Milwaukee, and that's in white. Do I have any of those postcards that have the back shot of her? Yes, right there. You can see she has Edmund Fitzgerald and she's out of Milwaukee, and that's in white. That's the only place on the ship that has white lettering. So that's what the white letters are for. Then I got the 1/400 scale in the black letters. So when it comes to the black letters, we have either side of the bow. It's going to say Edmund Fitzgerald on both sides. And down at the stern, well, down towards the stern, I think it says Edmund Fitzgerald on this as well. I don't know if that was new or if that was there all along. So you can see Edmund Fitzgerald on the back of the ship. But because of the way the windows are, I don't know if we're going to be able to put it on the side. We're going to see about that. We'll see. But we got the white that's going to go on the back. Tentatively, we have the black that's going to go on either side of the aft end. And then we have the name that's going to go on both sides of the bow. In addition to that, let me show you, we got another sheet. Now, I don't know if this is going to be too big or not, but I got 1/200 scale. And let me show you where that's going to go. All the way at the back of the ship. Right inside where the life preservers are, it actually says Edmund Fitzgerald. But I'm thinking, yeah, now that I see it side by side, I'm thinking at the 1/200 scale is going to be way too big. So we're just going to go with the 1/400 scale for everything. Yeah, because it's a long name. You know, it's not like Joe Jones, you know, is Edmund Fitzgerald, so there's quite a bit of letters. So I think the first thing we'll do is I think I'll start on the starboard side. We'll do the bow section. So I'm going to cut out the letters. So let's put these aside, and I'm going to need my goggles for this. So the name Edmund Fitzgerald, it actually has, let's see, it's got 2 E's, 3 D's, 1. So I'm thinking I'm gonna cut out the letters that we're gonna need to put Edmund Fitzgerald on 5 sections of the ship. So I hope I have enough. So we got a little bit of the microsol, and we got some of the micro set. Now you could just use that, but I'm going to put it in a little bit of water. So I got a cup of water, and let's see, I got to get my goggles ready. So again, I need 5 titles. So I think we're going to go down the line, and we'll do it this way. The Edmund Fitzgerald has 1A. So I'm going to need 5 A's, one for each label. So let's go ahead. We're going to cut it this way. All right, so let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so we got our 5 groups. So we got our 5 A's. Let's take a look now. The next letter is a B. We don't need any B's. Let's see. We don't need any C's. When it comes to the D, we need, let's see, Edmund Fitzgerald, we need 3 D's. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12. We need 15 altogether. So we're going to get 15 of the D's. All right, so we got the D's, and when we go to the E, we're going to need 1, 2. We're going to need 2 E's for each one. So 2, 4, 6, we're going to need 10 of the E's. All right, we went down to E. When it comes to the F, I think we're going to just need 1 F. Yeah, for each one. So we're going to need 5 of the F's. Now we're down to G, and we're going to only need 1. So we're going to need 5 all in total. All right, so when it comes to the H, we don't need any H's. So that brings us to I. I think we only need 1. Yes, so we need 5 I's. You can see we got Edmund Fitzgerald. I think I'm going to go ahead and replace this D. Check these out. I think I'm going to replace that D as well. That looks good. Pretty good. There was the light on it. Okay, so that looks good. I think what we can start to do now is we can start to put the letters on. And let's start at the bow. So the first thing I think I want to do is we're going to wet down the letters. Because we're going to put the water near the lettering. Let me get the stickers out of the way. So now we're going to take the letter, so what I'm doing is I'm putting because of the surface tension, the water is staying put. So I'm actually putting the letter into the water. And I'm going to put it on the ship. Okay, so we got the first name on, and this is very tiny. I mean, it looks gigantic on camera, right? But it's pretty tricky. I think I've established how I'm going to put them on now. All right, so let's do the same thing now. And I think instead of the razor, I'm going to use the other tweezers. All right, and tentatively, man, I can't believe how lousy the lettering is. I'm not going to buy from them again. You just gently touch it and all of the ink comes off. So at some point I might touch the Z and the G. Look like they could use a little bit of touch up. But hopefully you can see Edmund Fitzgerald. So now I'm thinking we'll do the one in the back. Okay, so now we're going to do Edmund Fitzgerald. And I think we're going to start from the end and work our way down. So again, I want to put a drop of water. Let's put that over here this time. All right. So now we're going to start with the D on the end. Okay, so let me show you guys. We have the last name on. So what we're gonna do is we'll put the first name on, and that looks like it'll do it for the starboard side. Wow. All right, so let me put my glasses back. So what a difference. As soon as you see that name, Edmund Fitzgerald, on the side of the ship, what a difference it makes. Because it looks like a model, just a regular ore carrier from the Great Lakes. And then once the lettering is on, you're like, oh, she's the mighty Fitz. So I think what I'm going to do, we're going to let these decals absolutely dry, and I'm going to mist over them with the clear, the protective coating. So we're going to move on. So right now I got to wait for all this to dry, and then we'll put the clear coat. I'll put the clear coat right now only over the letters. We'll let that dry, and then we'll do a clear coat over the whole ship later on. Okay, so what I did was I gave it a spritz with the clear coat. Let me show you the back. And I gave it some time to dry, so we're ready to do the other side. And if you're wondering, I use the Vallejo, the matte varnish finish, because if I would have waited, I just didn't want to take a chance that the handling would take the letters off. So let's do the other side now. So again, I want to start by the front. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put the names on and I'm going to spritz them. So I want to put a little drop of water. We can use the surface tension to keep it in place. And I'm going to do it backwards this time. We're going to start from the end and work our way down. So let's see, we'll use this one. Okay, so let me show you. We got the last name on. We got the Fitzgerald, so let's go and do the Edmund right now. This is a very tedious part of the model build, but instead of doing it freehand, I think this will work out better. All right, let's grab that D. Okay, so let me see if I can get this to the camera without hitting anything. So we've got the Edmund Fitzgerald, we got this on the port side now. So now when you look at her head on, let's see if you could see the names. Yep, so she's a big lady. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the back now. And when we did the other side, we actually did it backwards. So now we're going to be able to do it forwards. We're going to do the name right here. And we're going to put the paper towel on this side now. Actually, let me get the water out of the way. So we're going to put the paper towels here so we have something to rest her on. You know what, I'm just going to put the water in another spot as well. So let me dry up this water. And I want to put some more down in another spot. Again, the surface tension is going to make it possible to just put a drop of water, because that's really all we need. But now we can start from the beginning of the word. So I'm going to start with the E. Okay, so let me show you guys. We've got the full name on the side of the ship, and we're going to give that a moment to dry, and then we're going to spritz it with the same shellac that we put on the other side. So in the meantime, I think what I need to do now is I don't want anything to happen to these, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to spritz them. Again, we're going to be using the Vallejo. This is the matte finish. All right, so we're going to give it a little spritz. Let me do the front first. Yeah, you want to keep the letters nice and safe. And remember, eventually we're going to be putting it over the whole ship. So what I want to do now is we got to give this a little while to dry. Just because I don't want nothing to happen to the words or the letters. Let me put this off. So I'm going to let this dry thoroughly, and then we're going to put that on the front, and we're going to do the back.